Trading days, March 21st, 2015. We'll look at the SP 500 daily chart first, and I'll draw your attention, number one, to March 11th. That I've got that labeled as a nominal 6-week cycle trough. There's typically when we're looking at the 6 weeks, there's typically 3 of them in the nominal 18-week cycle. And if we look at this and the rules that we typically use for cycle troughs, we've got price below both the 15 and 45-day simple moving averages, but we also look for the 15 being lower than the 45, and that wasn't the case here, so not all our rules are satisfied. If you recall, I was looking for a half primary cycle trough, which would typically have been lower and further out in time. So I'm really interested to see what happens here as these indices approach their all-time highs. So far, the all-time highs have been the S&P 500 was February the 25th. The Dow Jones was March the 2nd. And 2 others that I follow, the NYSE, February 25th, the same as the S&P 500. And the Russell 2000, it was Friday, March the 20th. Now, going forward, I'm going to be looking specifically at the S&P and the Dow Jones, and I'm looking for any cases of intermarket bearish divergence where one of these 2 indices makes a high and the other does not. You can use the daily charts, or what I prefer to do is look at the futures for both of these indexes. As you're aware, I was looking for a further move down than we got, and the economic indicators over the past couple of weeks have all been very negative. It's hard to describe a situation with all the negative news on the economy, and yet the market indices are headed up. There was an FOMC meeting this week, and the US dollar dropped fairly significantly, and a US dollar coming off highs and dropping, that's looked at as beneficial for US exports. They'd be more competitive in world markets. So I think that was the thinking of why we've gone up here. But again, we want to watch now what happens when we approach the all-time highs for both the S&P and the Dow. If we break to new all-time highs, we're going to have to rethink our strategy. I'm still looking for a further low here. It's obviously going to take a few weeks. It's going to be very volatile, though, over the next couple of weeks. That's all I'm going to say on this one. Thanks for listening.